This is going to be a two-leg parlay, two-team parlay. This is the first leg of this parlay. Boston College at Vautech. Vautech's minus 2.5 here, over under 46. Where are we going on the first leg of this parlay? Weekly pass, 50% off if you type in picksandparlays.net/Scott.
Well, when you look at this matchup, you're talking about two teams that are coming off disappointing results in week one. But one of the things I like here about Virginia Tech is that they kind of did it to themselves. They were turnover prone in that first game. And now here they are with their first home game with the new coach. And I really think they're going to bring it in this one. And then you look at Boston College. They lost basically their entire offensive line. And it really showed in their first game. They were a favorite and they lost to Rutgers. And I think it's going to be tough for the Eagles to get it done here on the road with the Hokies being so up for this first home game. I mean, I'm not a big fan of either one of these teams for this season, but when you look at this matchup, I think it really favors Virginia Tech at home, laying a short number. We get some line value because of their result from last week. Really, the Hokies, if you look at the yardage stats from that game, it was a bit of what I call a phony final. The final score doesn't really match the way it played out in the stats. And that happens sometimes, and you look to take advantage of that if the situation is right. I mean, if the Hokies were going on the road again this week, I wouldn't trust them. I would feel like they're going to have some carryover from that week one game. But here, coming home, first home game with the new coach, they're going to get it done, in my opinion.
That's fair. I like listen, you automatically at home, you get 3 points basically for being at home team. And I think this game is decided by a touchdown. And I like Vautech probably even more than the 2.5. I think they get it done. I don't think I agree with you here. I think it's just, I hate using the word, knock on wood, whatever, easy cover, but I like this easy cover. Let's move on to the second leg. Second leg of the parlay here is one team I absolutely love and one team I can't stand. Hawaii, I love you. But you're not very good. But Hawaii, I love you. At Michigan. Michigan's a huge favorite. I can't even believe they are allowing you to lay 52.5 points if you want to. Over under 67. Talk to me about this game. Please tell me you're not laying 52.5.
No, I'm not, but it wouldn't surprise me to see them cover it. But no, I'm not laying that huge spread. But at the same time, Hawaii has been so bad defensively and against much lesser competition than what they're facing here. And what scares me, if you're a Hawaii fan and you're trying to say, please, somehow keep this respectable. The problem is Michigan was looking at two quarterbacks, right, coming into this year. So they started one in the first game. Now they're starting the other guy in the second one. In the first game, he disappointed a bit, but he could end up getting some playing time again in this one, and he's fully capable of being a starter. So both these guys could put up big numbers. And then at the same time, the Michigan ground game is going to open up that passing game because Hawaii can't stop anybody on the ground. So they're going to get victimized.
Anybody from doing anything.
That's right. So, and at the same time, it's so early in the season. So the new coach Chang for Hawaii, it's so early in the season. They're not going to abandon trying to go to their up-tempo offense. They're going to keep trying it because it's still early in the year. So that's going to help us with the over here, which is what I'm looking at. Because I think Hawaii, they're going to be stubborn here early this season and try to get that new offense going. They're not going to be able to do much against Michigan, but maybe in the second half when the game's getting out of hand and Michigan's emptied the bench and everything with their, second and even third team defensive guys coming in, Hawaii could get some points then. I'm not saying they won't score something early, but that will help our over two later is what I'm anticipating here. And again, it's just that tempo always helps you when you're looking at an over. It's something important to consider. And Hawaii wants to play a little faster. They're going to that. I think is it the run and shoot that they call it there?
It's got a running gun, kind of like it's the old running gun, but it's their version of it.
Yes.
And it's like you said, he's a new coach. He's not going to abandon it after 1 or 2 weeks. He's going to still keep with it. I mean, nobody expects Hawaii to compete in this game. Nobody. Right. I'm nobody. But I do think if Hawaii can get you 10 points, maybe 2 touchdowns, maybe a garbage touchdown late and then one early, this game sails over. Michigan, I think, easily gets you 50, possibly 30 in the first half. And then maybe another 30. They might cover the over by themselves.
They really couldn't. And that's the thing. And it just could even be by accident too that some big plays happen. You're not even really
Right.
trying. You don't want to pour it on. You're maybe not trying to, but just you break through on a run on a a
What are
running
you going
play
to
and
do?
you're
Yeah,
off to
right.
the end zone. Yeah, I mean Michigan has such good athletes. I mean this one's going to get ugly, and I just more comfortable with the over. I had my eyes
Yeah.
on this matchup right away because I'm looking to fade Hawaii early this season, and
Mhm.
but when you look at that huge spread, like you said, Lenny, it's so hard to lay big numbers like that. So I started looking at the over, and I feel pretty comfortable with that because I think Hawaii
I
will
like
get a
that.
little bit of points, but they're not going to stop Michigan either. So I think we got decent value here in the upper 60s with that one.
I agree wholeheartedly. Now, so your 2-team parlay, Vatek minus the 2.5, the Hawaii Michigan game over 67. That's a parlay for plus 265, folks.